guys. How we doing? We are live. So kind of new setup. So let me know if there's any issues with it. And correct those. Just adjusting the sound on my monitor here because it's blaring. Bring that down to really beautiful. But I do not want that to bleed into my pickup. Go down a little bit more. Okay. Here's up here on my phone. All right. Be just a moment. Adjusting the sound a little bit. Okay. Check out the options here. Alright. We are going to go ahead and get started. So, obviously, my history with trails is that it's always been something I've been interested in, but I never took the dive on it. A lot of my friends, a lot of the YouTubers I came up with, hey, how we doing, Bash? How you doing? We're really into the series, and it's time for me to try it out. So we're going to see how this goes. Unfortunately, I don't see that there's controller support for this, which will be kind of tough for me, but we're going to try either way. We'll go with normal, because I'm not great at games. Alright, let me try to adjust this. I was messing with my settings here. Alright, I tried turning myself up a little bit. We'll see if that helps. Okay. Can you hear me now, alright? So we'll go with normal. Right off, I can say that the backgrounds in this look incredible. They're so nostalgic of the time. Mandy, how you doing? Oh, wow. You know, guys, I might, like, right on the first screen fall in love with this. This might be how it is. I even... Poor little Estelle. Yeah, let me double check. I'm using the audio beta for window capture. Let me see if there's anything that I can do with that. Let's see. Window capture. Advanced audio properties. Yeah, I should be able to bring that down some. Alright, let's go to 75%. Does that sound better? Hopefully it does, because this looks like something that's going to be really fun. Okay. So for those of you that really got into this, like, this is such an incredible way to start. Like, I love the way these backgrounds look. This reminds me so much, not just of that time, but specifically of games like Ragnarok Online. This looks so great. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? Rad, how are you doing tonight? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Ouch, sounds painful, dude. She's like, what the hell? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Poor Estelle. Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kind of dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Oh my god, she's so accepting. She's just like, oh, I'll help you take care of the baby. He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyways? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? I love how she tries to say that. She's like, is he an blah 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 blah? Where have you been picking up these kind of words? No doubt from Scheherazade, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. And I didn't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Illegitimate! Illegitimate! Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? You're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your minds. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! She just drop kicked his ass while he's in bed. That's great. You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that's just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the... Drop kick! Drop kick! Ow! Quit yelling! Alright already. Yeah, they're so great. Oh my god. This is so quaint. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be nice not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. How we doing, Zoo? Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, that thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? Yeah, it is. He's a great character. Definitely, like, looking at his design. It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Tony, how you doing, buddy? Fine. My name is... Slim Shady. I don't know, though, with the mustache and those red eyes. I don't know. Think you're foreshadowing some evil? Wow, this looks beautiful. Nice, Brenner. Brenner's always good, and sandwich form even better. Dragonfly! Is that harmonica, or was he about to eat a bar of, like, solid bronze? I hope that was a harmonica. He is dashingly handsome. Belmont, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh, there's my boy. That's why I needed to play. Oh, he is gorgeous. Big tough guy. Sorry if there's like little points I go silent. I'm pretty stunned with this art. It's really impressive. It was finally time. I've resisted this so long, and I looked up the best way to play it, and they said speed. Though I'm regretting not being able to use my controller, but we'll see. Oh, who is that? I love her hair. Short dark hair is so pretty. Wow, you can tell the trademark of a good RPG when it actually includes like older characters in the art. Because a lot of them like won't feature them prominently in art. Like God forbid they be wrinkly or gray. That's a divisive one for sure. I loved the graphics, and I loved the take on the original story. I did not like the gameplay at all. That was not for me, unfortunately. It's worth quite a bit if you have it on the PS2. The Wii one's worth a little bit, but the PS2 one's worth like $200. It's crazy. Man, I love these backgrounds. Guys, if you haven't seen what Ragnarok Online looks like, you have to go look at it. It looks just like this. Like, the character sprites are slightly different, but these backgrounds are like straight out of Ragnarok Online. I love it. Oh, it's so bright in here. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. I guess that's a no. Alright. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. I can't get enough of these backgrounds. Guys, do they stay like this throughout the whole series? Because this is beautiful. That's true. But bed is a good place to be. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. So I guess that means it is a harmonica and not a bar of bronze that he's chewing on. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. No, I was already up when I heard you start to play. Guys, even the music is reminiscent to me of Ragnarok. Seriously, like, I oblige you all to go see, like, a little gameplay video of Ragnarok Online, and you'll see why I think it's so similar. Yeah, absolutely. It was such a good time. That was when, like, we were peak RPG. Like, some amazing games come out now, but honestly, they can be overwhelming. And I know people say this is very story heavy and there's a lot of text, but that's what we were used to. Back then, they made beautiful graphics with the limited resources they have. They didn't have the crazy graphics they have nowadays, so you had to focus more on the story and things like putting extra work into these backgrounds, because that's all we had to look at. You know, games nowadays look like they're a goddamn never-ending cutscene, and this is something really special. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind, but with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Tisk tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. You can at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, but of course this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me, princess, for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. Let me see if I can bring it down a little bit more. Let's see. Alright, so I put it to 60. Hopefully that helps some. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. I can try going to 50, because it is a beta on this window capture audio, so it is kind of funky. Let me check it out. Let me see if 50 isn't too low. Alright. We went to 50. Let me check that out again. Alright, yeah, we're at 50. And we'll put my mic up a bit. Okay. Let's see if that helps any. Why don't both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right, it'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. Hopefully I won't have to tab out too much more. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Whoops! Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap! Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or another. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how cozy... You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs. You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I would get. Looks like it's hot dogs and mac and cheese, folks. I'll just have the usual fried fish and an omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude, but I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. 500 Mira, yeah. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Sherazard my regards. Alright, so the movement with the mouse might not be too bad, because that was kind of how you had to move in a rag. Can I move with any of the keys? I can, but I think I like the mouse movement better. Did you guys play on the PC? Did you prefer moving with the mouse? Ooh, can I get that? I'm like trapped in the corner. I want the chest. No. Shopping spree. Now, is there a lot of interactivity with the backgrounds? Do I need to be searching around? I hope the mouse will let me click on things and interact with them. Let's see if it lets me click on Dad. It does not. I gotta hit enter, okay. Well, it might actually be easier to use the keys then. Damn it. Can I open all those ones that were up there? No. Must be the only ones on the ground. I'm assuming you'd get a cue like it did with your dad when you hit talk. It's a real bummer that this doesn't have controller support. I would say that's the only negative thing I've seen so far. Like, it almost makes me want to like start over on the Vita. Any cool chests out here? But I love these backgrounds. I'm telling you, they remind me so much. There's a standing log for staff practice. So pretty. I feel like a lot of people nowadays don't appreciate these graphics. I think they'd see this and be like, oh, these don't look great, but these look so beautiful, especially if you're from that time and we're used to this kind of presentation. We're going to have to keep an eye out for chests. We don't want to miss any achievements. Back in my day, I was quite the achievement hunter. So, my PlayStation score is still pretty high. Even though I don't really play too much on PlayStation anymore. Alright, what do we got? We got some signs to read. Rollins. Garoon Gate. Yeah, there probably is a way. I'll have to look into it for tomorrow's stream, because it just, a lot of games have like native controller support that you can get through their menu. Unfortunately, I didn't see that when I was looking at it here, but there's probably a way to make it happen through Steam. You're absolutely right. It just stinks when you're hooked on controllers. Like, I've never been a PC gamer. Like, we played some MMOs, but that was it. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. Yeah, I love it to death. Like I said, my history with like Ragnarok, this just reminds me of Ragnarok. The sprites look a little different, but it's beautiful. How are you doing tonight, Mike? I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Yeah, the music is classic. That's Michael, right? Like our Michael, right? You never know if like a random person comes in. And if you're a random person, welcome. And if you're Michael, extra welcome. It's gotta be Michael. He played Ragnarok. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Hey, all strangers welcome. Well, that's good. I'm doing good. I'm really enjoying this. And we haven't even really got to any gameplay. Just the aesthetic and the graphics and hanging out with cool friends and talking games. It's the way to go. Let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Alright. Dude is just walking crazy. Look at that. He's getting his steps in. There was a merchant from Bose who came here to buy lumber. I need to get enough ready for the order I received. Those birds are very skittish. Let's see. Landing port. A lot of people will leave from Roland today, and a lot of people will come, which means a lot of chicks will pass through here. Score! Staring at these girls is one of my simple pleasures. You know what I mean, Joshua? Sure. Alan, you never change a bit. All this nonsense is the reason why you can't get a girlfriend. You wound me, Estelle. But it's because of this enjoyment that I feel it's worth doing this job. It's a paradise. This guy's a serious nut job. That's awesome. Yeah, I did hear the game has a lot of pervs in it. Yeah, I think actually. PSP. Yep. How you doing, Chris? Nice to see you, bud. On the South Avenue. Oh, alright. Yeah, don't tell me where to go. Don't mark it on my map or nothing. I'm just kind of walking around. Alright, that looks like a bar. We don't need to go there. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Did the two of you really become bracers? What? How did you know? That's because working in the media is my future goal. I'm going to join the Liberal News Service and work hard as a reporter. Now, I'm assuming it's pronounced liberal, or is it liberal? How would you guys pronounce that? Liberal? I'm new, so like I don't want people like dissing on how I'm saying the names. Yeah, that's right, Michael. You just went back to work today after like a whole bunch of weeks off, right? Oh, sure thing. My gut feeling says the two of you are going to be in the tabloids. Haha, well, thanks. I wonder if Claire is actually one of the writers. Like, I know I played a little bit of the demo for the newest game to see what everyone was talking about, and like reading the papers was like a big deal. And it was like a achievement for everything. So I wonder if like they keep that and she actually becomes... I have this feeling that a juicy drama is about to unfold. Lovers? Josh and I aren't lovers, we're family. You really don't understand anything, Estelle. Josh was adopted and things could go either way in the future, right? Plus, leaving it would surely please the readers. They're like, what the hell? Anyways, I'm looking forward to the both of you in more ways than one. That girl is watching, like, what is going on? She's watching too many, like, tabloid talk shows. Orbiment Factory. Oh, there's the Bracer Guild. Good times. It was really cool that you got to hang out with your friend. That can always be really rejuvenating. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina. Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. So guys, who was the short-haired black-haired girl that was in that opening? Like, I gotta find her. She looks so cool. Thanks. We'll do our best. Uh-oh. I love the little details, like closing her eyes like that. That's pretty neat. The Star and the Hanged Man. The Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get the show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble into your ears like it usually does. Hey Phil, how you doing, buddy? I would say that they're probably going to change a lot of things. You guys should definitely check out Brandon's video he put out today. Talking about some of the worries he has about the game coming up. It's on my list. I get a whole bunch of videos to watch tonight. I got the Super Retro Force new video. I get a couple from Phil, one from Brandon, but I imagine he probably brings that up because I would say that's probably a concern with any modern day remake. Especially because this game has a lot of like weird sarcasm and kind of like comments that are kind of lewd, and I don't know. The atmosphere is so weird in gaming. You don't know what's going to upset people, so. And it's unfortunate that it has to be like that. You know, I'm not going to share my opinions left or right or choose sides on anything, but I can say I don't like censorship. You know, I don't know if I'd take it to the level that people did with Starblade, but I like to leave things as authentic as possible. And if there's problematic things in something from a time where there was problematic things happening, then they shouldn't be removed. Wow, Joshua, Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, Axe Rashley is overly naive and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use Orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably. Wow, that was like the ultimate underhanded comment. Nice. Is that like a super rare? I know that I would flip out when I was playing Fire Emblem Heroes and I would get the characters I wanted that were like the super rare rolls. Now do those games like Honkai, do they have a subscription service too where you pay like $5 or $10 a month and you get like extra rolls and you get access to certain things? Absolutely, they need to be fun. And like I said, I'm all about keeping originality. You know, if a game deals with something, like for instance, let me give an example, okay? So last night I was playing Rune Factory Tides of Destiny. And it's a beautiful game. I'm really enjoying going back to it. That's from the PS3 era. And I would say that their portrayal of the priest in the town is problematic. He's very obviously gay. And they make him flamboyant, and they kind of like, he's kind of like really sweet on talking to like teenage boys, And that is definitely a problematic and incorrect view of gay men. But that's what the developer put in the game. So though that might be offensive to somebody, I think that even if it is offensive, we can learn from it. Like when I played it, it didn't change my opinion and make me be like, oh, I'm going to make fun of gay people. No, absolutely not. It made me think, well, that kind of sucks that they were portrayed that way. I don't really like that, but this is the game. So if they were to remake Tides of Destiny, I'm sure that would be removed. They would definitely, maybe not change his sexuality, but they would probably present him differently. But that is not authentic to the original vision of the developers of the game. So a lot of the humor would be gone, even though some of it is inappropriate. It is what the developer intended. So I don't think it's our place to remove it to make sure that someone's feelings aren't hurt. And that's just my honest opinion on it. I didn't think highly of the humor. It's very lowbrow and offensive, but that's what they intended. It is what it is. Do you guys agree? Or do you think that they should remove things like that? I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Yeah, underhandedly. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to project with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future, and she does not look thrilled about it. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? No, that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start our final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of the information we've covered in your previous training. This is a minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay close attention to what I'm going to say. And it's also very important, guys, to note that because of localization and the difference in Japanese and American culture, especially in the 90s, there's going to be things that seem offensive now, and there's going to be things that we've seen removed from games or censored. It's a very murky set of waters, because what was acceptable in 1999 in Japan compared to what was acceptable here, and then compare those two things to what's acceptable now in both places, it becomes a really confusing mess. And I wouldn't want to be the person that has to make those decisions. So as far as making remakes, I probably would leave it all intact because it at least respects the original vision of the artist, instead of you making your personally tainted decisions on what you think is offensive or not. Yeah, absolutely, Phil. People can be very sensitive. I think when we're making new content, we should definitely be making sure that things aren't overly insulting and ridiculously offensive. I wouldn't be okay with an overtly racist game or a game that's constantly homophobic or transphobic because I love these people and I don't want to disrespect anybody. But you can't erase things that were made in the 80s and 90s because they might offend people. But you can definitely be careful with what you do and say now. Absolutely. Yeah. What would you like to know about? Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz, or process septium, installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Okay. Nice, 5-star, ultra rare. Nice, yeah, the Fire Emblem game does that too. like if you're a member specifically, if you do so many polls, you're guaranteed to get. So it's pretty neat. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence as it is contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Alright. I think we're ready for the test. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that the smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. I know, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. Oh, time to get stuff. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer notebook! Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where, these kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's gonna be a pain. Estella's pretty hilarious. I can see why everyone likes her so much. And I'm sure there's quite a bit more character development, too. So how are you doing tonight, Phil? I didn't ask that when you first came in. Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. Alright, let's go check out some jobs. Training. Retrieval. Direct request. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. So they get automatically recorded, that's good. Very good. It looks like you're able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. Well, I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have we? You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's where you'll learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use Orbital Arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. So, what did everyone eat tonight? Anyone have any good meals? What are you guys cooking up over there? Speaking on that, I'm going to get up for 1 second and grab some crackers or something. So, give me 2 seconds and we'll be right back and we'll continue our orbital training. Oh, hell yeah, we got a sleeve of roasted vegetable Ritz. Love that. Brinner is ready. Awesome. You can't go wrong with frozen pizza bash. Some of the best pizzas out there are actually frozen. What brand did you go with? For a person who doesn't eat a lot of vegetables, I've always loved like garden vegetable and like roasted vegetable things. I think it's the garlic and stuff. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. No problem, leave everything to me. Garlic is like one of my favorite things. So what is it that you would like to know about? Mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airships, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities to make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. Sounds like they're talking about a skill tree. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith, too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The types of arts one can change. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Oh, I love Freshetta. I am, I guess. We'll see. I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I said, I love the aesthetic, the music. Specifically, the backgrounds look incredible. I would say that my favorite frozen pizza is probably, on average, DiGiorno. I'm really big on like their 3-meat ones. I also love their deep dish, or I think they call it a pan pizza. But Uno frozen pizzas are incredible. They have the Detroit style with the sauce on the top, and then they have their basic ones with the sauce mixed in with the cheese and all that. And I really love them. I think that they're so close to ordering that pizza at the restaurant. But deep dish is definitely my favorite type of pizza, I'd say. I really liked thin crust pizza back in the day, but I do no longer have the teeth to handle that, so. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities, while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. Sepith are fragments of septium, which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types. All the elements, time, space, mirage. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the Orbital Factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then we'll have both of you try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. And we got some. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you would be able to exchange sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Oh, good work so far. If you need to use the Orbital Factory, give Freddy a holler over there. Young Frederick. Hi there, it looks like you two are doing well in your training. If you would like to modify your orbments, please select the Modify Trade service. Okay. Slot 6 can be opened. Okay, so we can't do that. I think I just need to assign the quartz. We can't open any more spots. Alright, so we're gonna do attack. We're gonna make it. I think. Slot. How do I equip it? And then we'll make an HP one. Should I just make them all that I can make? Probably, right? Alright, looks like you're able to synthesize one. Next I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz into your ornament so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Oh my god, it's so adorable. The character art is so great. I really love it. Well, hold on a second. What did they want me to do? I'm focusing too much on my crackers. I thought I did that. It doesn't seem like there's anything else I can put on him. Florist, how we doing? Okay. Alright, there we go. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your Bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your Bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your ordnance. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use a 7th and open a slot in each of your ornaments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so she can take all quartz. So we did that. Okay. And he can do time ones. I can't open one on him. You can sell any type of quartz you like. Alright, so I guess all I had to do is to her. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it so far. I'm loving the backgrounds, loving the music, loving all the character art. we'll be excited to get out of the kind of tutorial phase. Now it's time to move on to what we've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you of it just this morning? Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. Yeah, she's pretty ridiculous. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for that. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Poor Estelle. A little more dragging. Joshua, help me. Mr. Meldus, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Joshua's such a proper young man. Don't mention it, and good luck with the test, yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. Huh. When do we get to peak male performance, and we get our blonde, very attractive... All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood? What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Aidios. I give thanks to thee for the infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. I love it. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All these horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious. Just so you know, though, if you happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for both of you. Huh, we'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland's sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere in that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Tear Bomb! Monster Guide! What's this book for? It's a bestiary guide, come on. It's called the Monster Guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. Yeah, the sewers... They're like a... I don't know. Did any of you play in sewers as a kid? Like, I had a couple friends in the city that were like, yeah, we used to explore sewers and, you know, like, I never was interested in that. Like, I was more, when I was a little kid, like, there was a swamp near my house, and I was playing in the swamp, and the swamp, actually, there was a car dealership next to it, and they dumped all their, like, oil and crap in it, and so, like, I'm literally, like, wading through a swamp, like, catching, like, mutated frogs. Yeah, that happened. Like, that's real. Maybe that's why I turned out the way I did. Huh. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Oh, love the music! Where the swamp at? Recovery point set up over there. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging in any further battles. That's cool. We like that. Oh, what is that? Is that like a face hugger? Monster at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Battle order bar. Okay. This might be easier to do with the mouse. Wham! Wham! Those are some ugly looking monsters. It doesn't seem to really want to attack me.
That's that then. Let's move out.
That sounded a lot like the voice actor for Ichigo. Juicy bone. And the other thing we used to do is they would have pussy willows. And I don't know if you like the cat of nine tails. We called them pussy willows. And we would get them and we would slap each other with them. And if you've ever got whipped by a cat of nine tails, like the whole stalk, and then it has like the hard, fluffy thing at the end. Oh my god, it hurt so bad. So it was a thing for us to run into the swamp, grab a cat of nine tails, rip it out, and then go chasing our friends around, slapping the hell out of them with a wet, hard, like it was awful. We were terrible children. Ooh, we got baddies. What's up, bats? Bring it, son. Gotcha. You about to get wet, Bat. And you about to faint. Bam! It's super effective! Squirt gun!
Piece of cake!
Piece of cake. Crisp. Why are bats carrying crisp onions? Can someone answer me that? Why is there crisp onions in the bats? Like, did they eat them and then we, like, exploded them out of them? Like, what happened there? Since crafts have other effects, they're worth a shot. Roger that. Yeah, they're just grasping in their claws. we're ready to attack, baby.
Come on!
With increased strength, baby. Yowza. Hell yeah.
That's that. Let's move out.
That's definitely Ichigo's voice actor. That's true. Curative horn. Like, I get it. I can see, like, a horn that you use for curative purposes being on an animal. But a whole, like, and they said crisp onion. So that's basically like French fried onion. So you have bats carrying around like little jars of French fried onions. Like, are they making green bean casserole? Like, are they making onion rings? Like, what are we doing here? Like, these bats are like advanced Cuisinarts. Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, chest! Chest! Found reviving balm. The chest is empty because of you. Nice work, hero. Yay, it said something special. My first chest speak from the Trail series. Yo, what's up, Ghost? How you doing? Yeah, so we are on Trails in the Sky, my first entry into the series. I finally gave into the peer pressure. The door is rusted and appears to be locked. The music is just slapping. Love it. Oh, what a surprise, another creepy thing. I wish there were an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-craft or S-brake should do the trick for just about any enemy. The catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. These devastating attacks can only be unleashed when the CP gauge is above 100. Right? We should have asked first. Been like, dude, hold on, before we fight, like, are you cooking something good? Like, are you making meatloaf? Like, what are we doing? He's getting wailed on. You're gonna have to heal him. Which allow S-Caps to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle.
Let's do this!
Oh, that looks cool! Oh my god, I love it! Bam! Take that! Oh, she's had about enough of your shit.
Here I come!
Oh my god, these look so awesome. Oh! That dude just got rocked. Ooh, stop hurting my dudes.
Good to go.
I'm always hungry. When April gets out of work in a little bit, we'll probably do nachos, chili. Sounds good to me. And the key is like, yeah, had a lot of my teeth done, and I can't really chew hard things, but if you put enough chili and cheese on nachos, they become very soft and goopy, and they're delicious. Some people might think like sloppy nachos are gross. I love them that way. Curative horn, baby. Now, can I use... Can I use her... We'll just use this. On my boy. Crisp onion. Okay. Now, I saw the big chest was over there. Anything over here? Can I get over here? No. Alright. Bring it, son. You guys like nachos? I love putting like either ground beef, usually like with a spicy taco seasoning, or chili. But I also love putting jalapenos on them. I love jalapenos. They're probably my favorite pepper. I love them because while they're still hot and I do like spice, in my opinion, jalapenos are the best tasting pepper. So I really prefer them on like steak subs, any kind of Mexican food. I think a lot of the hotter peppers, the heat can be nice, but the taste is not as good as the actual pepper. And then I do like green peppers and stuff like that, but like they don't really have spice to them. So if we've made it this far, the rest is going to be a piece of cake. Seems like we got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. Yeah, I love them. And I love, whenever I'm doing any kind of Mexican food, one of my main things, and it's funny because I never ate it until I met my wife April, sour cream, especially if it's extremely spicy, the dichotomy between the two, they play against each other. The cool, calming effect of the sour cream with the fiery burn of like Chipotle or something, like that's the stuff I love. Sweet. Oh, we're getting railed on here. Ooh. Thanks for coming by, Rash. Have a good night, buddy. I just called you Rash. Rad Bash. Thanks, bud. Sorry, honestly, one of the things that, believe it or not, is a terrible side effect of losing a lot of your teeth. Sometimes you'll just pronounce things wrong because like the environment in your mouth is different than it was. And I'm not even talking about like a lisp. Like every once in a while I'll just like pronounce things weird. It's very strange. Bam. She seems to have less movement than he does. That guy's like ultra strong, but not strong enough.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Night, brother. Ooh, we got lots of stuff at that time. And damn bat onions again. Small box. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but two is kind of interesting too. I wonder what's inside. Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. This is what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. You can get away with a teensy-weensy peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest. Did you say the F word? Yep, open up one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Shara when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright, alright. By looking inside the chest again, you flunk. Just kidding. That's funny. So how many chests are there in total? Is there like hundreds that have the messages? Like how many am I looking at getting this achievement for? Because you know I'm going to have to get it. Sorry, pouring some more Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew, of course. The music is so good, guys. You're absolutely right. When people would just go on and on cawing about the music, like, ooh, you were right. Like, I feel like we're gonna have a new playlist on YouTube Music of everything I can find from these. 164, holy cow. Now I feel like I'm gonna miss something. Now the big question is how many of those are missable? Like how many of those are in dungeons where you can't access them again? Oh my god, I love that sound. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Hand it over small box times 2. Yep, they're the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. Aww. I figured she would try and set us up like that. So for me, like, especially when I used to achievement hunt crazy on PlayStation, I don't want to have to sit with a guide to play a game. To me, that's not fun. And that's not me knocking on anyone. If you enjoy playing a game with a guide from the beginning, that's fine, right? We all do what's fun for us. I do not want to sit here with a guide. Because coming up as a gamer, right, all we had was GameFAQs, like in the early internet days. There wasn't, like, yeah, you could go buy a Brady or a Prima strategy guide for 20 or 30 bucks, but not all of us had the money to do that. But now, like, you could have your phone and look something up. Like, I could go into a dungeon for this game and, like, quickly look and see if there's any missable chests in it. Okay, so, like, I might do that. But to sit there with a guide the whole time is too much, and it would, for me, hamper my enjoyment of the game. But you gotta remember, for us old people, when I came up, I had like Internet Explorer on like my AOL dial-up, and I could go to GameFAQs and look something up and scroll through like a huge text file, or even worse, print it out, which I did a couple times. But yeah, the phone thing now is pretty cool that you can quickly check on something, but congratulations to the both of you. You've successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something that simple could be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed, it seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it's your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch. And as you already know by now, Aina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training. Woo! We received payment, baby! Junior Bracer 9th class. Good job, you two. It seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as Bracer Points. Bracer Points are an indication of your achievements as a Bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a Bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of Junior Bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you receive will also be recorded in your Bracer notebook, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left now to do is finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Aina, and I'm sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it, training new Bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing Shara will involve the whip. Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. Swapping gaming tips at school. Yes, dude. Like playground talk about like hidden areas. Like, oh man, I miss those days. Like we still do have it because we have such a vibrant community online and things like Discord and Twitter and YouTube, but like, you know, like if I find something cool that I just have to talk about, I can like message Rush or Mandy or Phil or Bash and be like, hey guys, did you see this? Or did you find this in the game? But it's not the same as like hanging off the monkey bars and being like, yo, I found the secret warp flute in Mario 3 guy. And like, that was something that we'll never get back. And it's something that's so memorable. So from now on, you'll be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then, Sherazard holds out 2 small boxes. Aren't those boxes the ones... In answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet! Alright, let's have a look. Junior Bracer emblem! This crest is... So does this mean that we're... ahead? Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of our Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Yay! Did you hear that, Joshua? We become members of the Bracer Guild. So I'm a Bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations and stuff, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You have been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during the busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of the Bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father Cassius trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. Ooh, I think they was romancing. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on so you can help guide these new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Sherazard, the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as junior bracers. Right. Congratulations, you two are official members of the guild. From now on, I'm going to be passing out jobs like candy. Bring it on is all I have to say. I look forward to working with the guild. Hi there, Estelle and Joshua. Oh, hi, Ridge. It looks like your training is over, isn't it? I'm humbled to know that you two are the youngest ever to pass the Bracer exam. I look forward to working with you in the same capacity. Ourselves as well. I have to get back to work now, but if there's something you don't understand, give me a holler. Hurry up and come on. Wait for me, Luke. Oh, it's you two. Oh, great, it's Estelle. Hi there, Joshua. Okay, little twerp, what's with the oh great, it's Estelle remark? And what's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. Just how wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks they're better than tasting milk in Liberal than the milk that comes from the Perzel farm. What? No way. You're full of it, Estelle. In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers. Yeah. More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet. Now, a high pony, on the other hand? Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I can accept that Joshua became a bracer for me, but getting passed by the likes of Estelle? What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he just plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it, it's just a boy thing. It totally is. If any of the ladies ever wonder, any girl that I ever had a crush on growing up, I definitely was mean to. That's what we do. That's absolutely not like a fake thing. Absolutely. I can remember 4 or 5 in like middle school, high school that I was extremely mean to. And it's because I liked them. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. But yeah, I mean, it changes when you're an adult. Like, when I met April, I was like super nice because like you're like, oh, okay. Like you learn probably around like 15 or 16 to stop doing that. that doesn't like help you. Now, is there a way I can save? Now, can you save all the time or just in town? Because that's kind of scary. I just played for an hour and 40 minutes and didn't save until now. Alright. So, I appreciate you guys for coming out. It's time for me to go get April. I had a great time. I'm really excited to continue with the series. And yeah, thank you for coming by. I hope you all have a good night. And as always, stay creepy. Bye, guys.